The following is a paid advertisement. The views expressed are the sole responsibility of the advertiser.
I'm attorney Justin Clark. Coming up just ahead on You Have Real Estate, property taxes have gotten high. How can you save money on your property taxes? Also, a wonderful veteran roof giveaway by our good friends at Universal Roof and Contracting. It's all just ahead. It's You Have Real Estate.
You Have Real Estate is proudly sponsored by Renewal by Andersen, your full-service window and door replacement company. Learn more at rbafla.com.
Welcome to You Have Real Estate, as always, brought to you by my great friends at Renewal by Andersen. I am your host, Justin Clark. A wonderful show ahead for you today. But first, my commitment to you all year long. If you're thinking about selling your home, you need to know what your house is worth. Do not trust Zillow. There's one way to find out what your house is actually worth. That's to have a great agent come out and really get a nice market analysis of what that house is worth. I will do that for you all year long for free. 407-205-0400. Or if you're thinking about selling your house, I will show your home to our entire audience on this program. All you have to do is call me directly. Again, 407-205-0400. Great show ahead, but first, the opening statement. It is property tax season. Taxes have gone up for a lot of people because you've bought houses and the price of houses have gone up so much. How do you save money on your property taxes? Also, we're going to have a great visit with some veteran who won a free roof from Renewal by Andersen. We're going to go visit him in St. Cloud and answer many more of your questions today. We do so by asking real questions. Every weekend on the program, we ask real questions to the truly trend-setting people in Central Florida's real estate community. Very happy to be joined today by two good friends of mine, repeat guest, Seminole County Property Appraiser David Johnson's here. David, how are you?
Great, Justin. Thanks for having me again.
Agent 0001 from LPT, Matt Buckley's here, the Buckley team. Matt, how are you, buddy?
I'm well. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about the property tax issue first. Matt, let me start with you because you work with you work with a lot of sellers, of course, but you work with buyers as well. When someone's buying a home, especially with their primary home, their main real priority is like, what's my payment going to be every month on this mortgage? And when you think mortgage, you think PITI. Principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Taxes have gone up a lot. How do you have these conversations with people buying a house?
Absolutely, Justin. And this is a day-to-day thing that we're dealing with, especially our new construction component of buyers. People buying new construction that was previously raw land, usually taxed in the hundreds. Then you build this beautiful home, and next year those taxes go up to $5,000, $7,000, $10,000. And a good mortgage lender should do calculations and put this into the payment. You should always be planning for more than less to avoid things like that after the new year. But it is important not only to have a good real estate partner, but mortgage partner, because even when you're not buying new construction and you're buying pre-existing homes, depending on when and how much that seller had paid for and when, that drastic change in price, selling at $500 to $750, that's a drastic price change, and that's going to show severely into your payment, into your taxes. So make sure you plan, get with great partners, and just be knowledgeable about those things going into the purchase.
Yeah, David, you do an amazing job as the property appraiser. You know how we feel about you, and as a constitutional officer in Seminole County, I'm proud to live there. I'm proud to have you represent us.
We're glad you're there.
Keep up the great work. Normally, you and I have these powwows at Stonewood, actually, but I'm happy to do them on TV with you as well. But when it's someone's primary home, right, what can they do to make sure that their taxes stay low?
So the primary benefit that the citizens of Florida have, that are their primary homeowner, is the homestead exemption. And that saves you between $700 and $800 a year just in property taxes, but it also allows for the value to be capped at the lesser of 3% of the consumer price index. So even though the market may be going up 7, 8, 9%, 5%, if you have a homestead exemption, you've removed $50,000 off of the value that you're paying taxes on, and your value will not go up more than 3% year after year, as long as it's your primary homeowner.
Yeah.
So
that's huge.
Yes,
I mean, that's a huge deal. My fear for you is that the three of us, we kind of live in this world. We understand this. This is like second nature to us. I'm afraid that you don't understand this, and maybe you're afraid to ask this question, but this is a very important question because we're talking about saving a lot of money for you, and also it protects you from creditors and things like that as well. don't be afraid to ask, but let's tell them now, because how does someone know if they have homestead exemption or not?
So the best way of doing that is going on our website at www.scpafl.org. You pull up your property record, whether that's by address, your last name, lot, subdivision, whatever. You will pull up your property record card and you will see right there in front of you whether you have a homestead exemption or not. The other thing that we do very proactively in our office is as soon as you have bought your home, within 30 days of closing, we're going to mail to you a postcard that says, hey, congratulations, we're glad you're here in Seminole County as a new homeowner. We want you to go online and we want you to go ahead and pre-file, depending on the time of the year, for your homestead exemption, so you do not forget about it. It literally takes 5 minutes to do, and it's very, very important.
After buying a house, when do I do this? Do I do this right away? Do I have to wait till January?
Yeah, you don't have to wait until January. You can do it right away. Again, once you have closed and you get this postcard in the mail, go online right then and do it then, okay? So you don't forget about it. And as Matt indicated, the key to all of this is working with professionals. Whether it's a real estate professional like Matt or a mortgage broker, they will help guide you through this process. When I do presentations, I tell my mortgage friends and my real estate friends, your clients are my constituents. We want them to be successful. I know neither one of us want to set them up for failure, and we're going to get them what they deserve as far as benefits that are allowed by law.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point, Matt. Not all agents are created equal. There are a lot of great agents out there. There are a lot of agents that do it very part-time, and they might not know all of this. But with you, I'm always blown away by your knowledge of real estate, by the connections that you have, whether we're talking here, whether we're playing pickleball and having brunch. I'm always blown away by your knowledge, especially at a young age. How impressed with you are you of yourself?
It's truly
That's a horrible question, isn't it?
I don't ask myself, and neither do a lot of people ask me that, but when you look in the mirror, I do have to say, I'm very hard on myself. I'm never satisfied. However, when you look in the grand scope of things, what my team and I have achieved, you have to pat yourself on the back. And countlessly, year after year, we see our database of happy clients, customers, patrons, partnerships continuing to grow. So it keeps filling our cup as we continue to fill other people's cups.
Yeah, and I always meet you at your holiday party every year. I meet you at Stonewood, meet you at the holiday party at what is that place called?
Grafton.
There you go.
Speakeasy on the backside.
And you have a couple listings today as well. One in my neighborhood. Tell me about Chessington Circle.
I knew I was coming to Justin, so I had to bring something from Heathrow. 1278 Chessington Circle. We were fortunate enough to represent the buyer on this 2 years ago. She gave us a call, Life Changes. It's a 3-2, 1,552 square foot. They're in the gated, securitized Heathrow. Pool home, fully remodeled, and we're asking $580,000.
And over in New Smyrna Beach, an area you know well, Matt, talk to me about Wellesley Courts.
Yep, so on the flip side, headed closer to the coast, New Smyrna, a growing city. 663 Wellesley Court, 3-2. It is waterfront, a little over 1,400 square foot. Absolutely fully remodeled, 2-car garage, can store the golf cart in a golf cart community. And it's actually one of our PGA friends is the owner. So
really?
If you're a golf enthusiast, highly suggest you check that one out.
If you'd like to see these properties, Matt will show them to you this weekend, 407-205-0400. Derek Moser, I'm going to go a little long on this segment because I do want to come back to you, David, for a second, because there was a new law passed that I think is important to people, homeowners out there. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so the voters in November, when they went to the polls and did a constitutional amendment to the Florida Constitution where we increased the homestead exemption. I said a few minutes ago it's worth $50,000. It's actually worth about $50,750 this year because that number is going to keep going up by the rate of inflation in perpetuity. Yeah. And that's a good thing because that helps guard against a level of inflation. So again, all the more reason to get in and apply for homestead exemption as quickly as you have closed on that home. And I know, like I said, Matt and professionals like him will guide you through that process and make sure you do not leave anything on the table.
You got it. David Johnson, Seminole County Property Appraiser. Keep doing the great work that you're doing. We'll vote for you every 4 years for sure. This is, how many terms for you now?
This is my 6th
term.
You're doing something.
Obviously. No one will even run against them. They're too scared. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that or not. Matt Buckley, the Buckley team, you keep up the great work as well,
buddy.
Thank you,
sir.
Okay?
Thank you for having us.
Here's what we'll do, a very quick break. When we return, a really heartwarming story. We've talked to you about universal roof and contracting on this show before. They've talked about their VA giveaway. Wait till you see the roof they gave away this year. You will not want to miss it as You Have Real Estate continues. You own a house, you need to have your windows and sliding glass doors checked right away. I'll tell you why. Joined by my good friend Dan Bringman, Renewal by Anderson. How do I know, Dan, when it's time to have my windows and sliding glass doors checked?
Well, it's a great question because it's not always obvious. One of the ways that sticks out immediately is that energy bill. We have to make, we've seen it go up all year long. Got a couple cool days now. A couple other ways are they're not functioning properly. You have some dust on the seals, and also just water infiltration, or maybe you heard a lot of rattling during some wind and so forth.
Absolutely. QR code is on the screen for you right now. What does it cost to have you and your design team come out and see what's going on with my windows?
Absolutely nothing but your time.
That's a beautiful thing, and they're going to come check it out, tell you exactly what you need or don't need sometimes. But a lot of people say, well, Dan, you know, I'm worried about the economy. I don't want to write a big check right now. You've done amazing things to make this almost free sometimes when you compare it to your electric bill.
Absolutely, and it's a great thing to be concerned about, but we take the worry away. What we've done is we've extended our finance plans, and we call them our easy pay plans, and they go up to 148 months, or I'm sorry, 144 months, and we go as low as 5.97. I mean, that's like really low. Most terms out there go as high as 12, 14%.
And if you think about what you're paying every month versus how you're going to save money on your electricity bill, this is almost free for you and a no-brainer. Dan, always good to see you, buddy. Do yourself a favor right now. Hit the QR code on the screen and call Renewal by Anderson today. Welcome back to the show. One of the things I love about this program is I get to decide. I get to decide who comes on the show, who we work with, and when it comes to roofing, there's really one place that we would choose for roofing. They did my roof, as you know, Universal Roof and Contracting. Justin, Corey, good to see you guys. How are you?
Absolutely. Good to see you. Doing good.
The reason I love you is because so many clients I've sent there, always happy. But it's what you do in the community as well. And we're here right now in a very special house, a very special day. What's going on today?
So yeah, right now we're here to unveil the finished completed roof for the Veteran Roof Giveaway winner. His name is Michael Lankto. He served in the Air Force, and this is just something that we do every single year as a heartbeat of our company and who we are. We are veteran-owned, veteran-founded, and the company has not changed ownership hands since the very beginning, since day one. So that sentiment has been allowed to carry through the decades, and we do this every single year as a give back to the veteran community. And this year, Mr. Lankto was the lucky winner, and we're happy to be here today to unveil his completed roof and to let him share a little testimony about us, about his veteran experience, and just to let you guys know exactly who he is.
Michael, congratulations. The roof looks awesome, by the way, but the only thing more awesome than what your roof looks like today is your story. Tell us about you.
Well, I joined the Air Force at age 18 and served in Colorado and also in Germany. One of the best experiences of my life. I love serving in the military. The Air Force was fantastic. And the only reason that I got out was to go into the ministry. And our GI Bill paid for me to go through Bible college, and then I went into the ministry. I traveled for 2 years across the United States, raising support so that I could go to the mission field of Germany, back to Germany, to serve among our military over there. And I did that for 4 years, came back to the United States, traveled for another year, reporting back to the people that supported me, and then accepted a pastorate in Michigan, and then that was 4.5 years, another 1.5 years pastoring in Alabama, then a year Bible teaching in Florida. I spent the last 25 years just coaching people online. And so anyway, living here has been fantastic. We've been here for 8 years, but the house and the roof is 17 years old. And we had just got notified by our insurance company that...
I know where this story's going.
Yeah. The insurance company sent you a nasty memo.
Yeah, well, a letter saying that we had 1 year to replace our roof. And it was at that time that Universal Roof and Contracting contacted me saying that I was selected for a free roof replacement. And Justin here came to the home, explained everything in great detail, couldn't have been nicer, couldn't have been more informative. We scheduled a time, they came out, and Michael Ramos was our project manager, who was fantastic. He informed me every step of the way exactly what they were doing, and the crew worked so hard, everyone was so polite, they worked so hard to clean up after themselves. I couldn't speak more highly of the crew, the company. Everything went according to plan, and I'm so happy, so grateful to Universal Roof and Contracting for the work you've done. The gift that you've given is something we will remember for decades. So thank you very much.
Cory, it's easy for a business to say, we support our veterans. You hear that all the time. I mean, we're sitting at a homeowner's house right now who is a veteran, who's a minister, who has a roof on their house because of Universal.
Absolutely. I mean, we also do a radio show and we get to be a part of this veteran roof giveaway. We get to announce the winner. It's always my favorite time of year. It's always an emotional experience. It's something that means something to us. It even validates us as employees of Universal Roofing Contracting that we have something to believe in, that we are who we say we are when we do these things. And to hear him speak about the process, yes, this was a giveaway. Yes, we're on TV and you're being, highlighted because of being a veteran, and thank you for your service, but this is our standard. This is what we do for everybody. And so we encourage you, if you haven't had your roof looked at, this is a great reason to have us come out and do a free inspection, help you with the next steps of what needs to happen at your house. And I'm so glad that you were blessed with this free roof, and thank you so much for all the things that you've done. It's been a blessing to the community in your ministry and in your service.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
we appreciate it. Thank you, Justin,
Happy
very
to do
much.
it. Well,
Thank
good
you.
job, buddy. Great to meet you. Congratulations. Awesome.
you.
And you do this every year. If you'd like to nominate someone for the Veteran Roof Giveaway with Universal Roofing Contracting, you can do just that. QR code is on the screen right now, or go to their website. They'll be happy to take your nominations today. Guys, what a pleasure to see you.
Always fun.
It is an emotional time. I mean,
Yes, sir.
seeing this actually in action, that you're really doing this every year, is truly a testament to what a great company Universal Roofing Contracting really is. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Here's what we'll do. Check out Universal today, by the way. I did. My roof is amazing. I think you will enjoy them as well. Quick break. You have Real Estate Continues. Hi, everyone. Justin here, the beautiful Michaela as well, at our house. People say, is this really your house? We're at our house
really
right
our
now.
house.
Really our house. But how well do you really know your AC unit?
I mean, seriously, do you know what it takes to keep it cool and keep you comfortable every single night?
I definitely don't.
Neither do I.
I'm not great at this kind of thing, but the experts certainly do.
Absolutely.
The experts over at Duquesne and Old Ash really take care of our unit all the time. You know, I think when it comes to your AC unit and fixing things, we're kind of all in the same boat. Clueless. I'm clueless. You're clueless. I think you might even be a little bit better at this sort of thing than I am.
Not really.
But when it comes to the comfort in our home, we don't have to be clueless, or we can all be clueless together. And let's bring the professionals in.
Absolutely. When we trust our Duquesne dealers, I mean, they know everything and they really hold your hand. And more importantly, they know what they're doing and they know how to keep your house cool.
And you know, I'm actually okay with them holding your hand because I'm so happy to have them here that like, that's the one
it's not
time
hot in here.
another guy can hold your hand. I'm good with that.
That works for me. When you choose Duquesne, you're not just picking any service. You're picking peace of mind. They've got your back so you don't have to worry about a thing.
No less, worry less, trust Duquesne.
Give them a call today to schedule your service with the AC experts. Duquesne, they
know AC. So
we don't
you
have
and
to.
I and you and Stella don't have to. Thank you, Duquesne. Welcome back to the show. Wonderful story. Thank you so much, Universal Roofing Contracting, for what you did for that veteran. Had a wonderful time to do it as well. All right, back to the show a little bit. We were talking about PITI earlier, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. We were telling you how to save money on the T part of that, the taxes, but really the biggest picture part of it is the P and the I, the principal and interest, your mortgage, what you pay for the house. Bring in Ocala Realty World's broker, Elisha Lopez. Hi, Elisha, how are you?
Good.
When you're working with a buyer and you're talking about, okay, well, this is what you can afford, the principal and interest is a huge part of that, obviously. What do you tell people? How much can they afford? I know that's a tough question, but what should someone pay for their mortgage?
What they can afford.
Yeah.
And usually they can afford more. They just don't see it because they've never had to spend that much money a month, especially when they're a renter, if they've been renting their whole life. But a lot of times they can afford a lot more than they think they can. And one of the biggest things that I've always shared with buyers when they're like, oh, I don't want to offer, I don't want to go up maybe $10,000 because, the lifestyle that they live, but usually it's the little things like eating out at fast food restaurants or like the little things that add up to a lot. So when you work that out with them and they can talk to their lender, it makes a big difference. Like, oh, that's not bad. And then they're glad they did it.
You hear a lot of people say, I don't want to be house poor. What does that mean to you, being house poor?
Married to the mortgage.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's all they do is work to pay the mortgage. And it's true. I mean, that's usually not living.
When it comes to the principal and interest, the two things that really matter are, okay, how much do you owe? Is it $300,000, $200,000, $500,000? And the interest rate. That's what really dictates what your P&I portion of the PITI is going to be. And as the home values have risen over the last 2 or 3 years, especially since COVID hit, it's priced some people out of the market, and they are looking at other places. I'm hearing people moving to Georgia or North Carolina to be able to afford a house. But it's funny, since I've gotten to know you, I've realized that you don't have to leave the state to find a more affordable place to live. If you look at Marion County, look at Ocala, where you're based out of, the prices are significantly less.
Oh, they are. And, every week I always check the stats because I always want to know if something has shifted, and we're still 40% less than pretty much the whole state when you compare like apples to apples. I mean, a brand new 3-car, 2-car garage, quarter acre, 2 bathrooms are in there too, but under $300,000.
And it does make a big difference, lifestyle-wise, if you think about it. But being house poor is not fun, really. Yes, you have your great house, but you can't do anything fun, you can't take the kids to altitude. Not that that's fun for us adults, but you know what I'm saying. You don't want to live like that either. So it's really finding this happy balance of affordability, but also where you can have a little bit of life outside of your house as well. Sometimes it takes maybe looking outside of that bubble that you're looking at. Maybe you don't look in Winter Park. Maybe you do look in Ocala. 40% makes a huge difference. When you start talking about $1,000 a month less on your mortgage or $1,500 less on your mortgage, that's money that you can spend on your family. You don't have to worry about putting dinner on the table. That really does change your life in so many different ways.
It really does. And coming from a big city, growing up in Miami, and a certain lifestyle that I'm used to, a lot of people, they're like, well, Ocala, isn't that the country and all that? And yeah, when we moved there almost 21 years ago, it really was. But now the progress has come so far. The restaurants, stores, everything that is coming to our area, it's just rapidly, and it's so diverse that you really start to not miss it, especially when you're not stressed like that about your finances.
And if you think about it, it's about an hour north of where we're sitting today. It's not that far away. It's not like you have to get on a plane to go there, but it also does seem to have some distinct seasons. Yeah, it's hot in the summer, of course, but unlike Miami or Fort Lauderdale or even some Orlando, you do get some seasons. In fact, I heard a little rumor that you might have seen some snowflakes, or at least flurries this week. Is that true?
We did. Well, I did. No one in my family believes me, but I was the only one up.
Okay,
so
I see.
That's their fault for not being awake.
It's like the bear going, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Bear going to the bathroom in the woods, or maybe that doesn't make sense. I don't know. So the seasons and the horses, the farms, the rivers, the lakes. Ocala is a wonderful place to live for outdoors people.
It is, and I'm Miami Beach girl. So not having the water 5 minutes, 10 minutes away, that used to bother me, but the scenery is so beautiful. There's always rolling hills and the horse farms, the stay homes. Like, you're just driving, if you really pay attention and look around, you're like, wow, this is absolutely gorgeous, and people wish that they could live there, and we do. So
it's amazing. There's a QR code on the screen for you right now. You want to see what your property's worth in Marion County or Northern Florida. Elisha will tell you. You want to buy a property for your family up there. She'll show you listings. Or if you're looking for investment, you can invest in real estate in Ocala. QR code, hit it right now. Elisha, thank you. Wonderful job. Most importantly, thank you. We'll see you again next week for more You Have Real Estate. I'm attorney Justin Clark. If you're in debt and find yourself living paycheck to paycheck, call me now or visit youhavepower.com today.
The proceeding was a paid advertisement. The views expressed were the sole responsibility of the advertiser.